are going to be taking a look at some VFD combos with pure water. It's almost entirely brickless. All of it can really be done with just a diva or any means to get Glacier onto the field because it does need a level 8 requirement. But the cool thing about this with pure water is that through messing around with it, I guess Lapis Dragon could be the only brick, but even if you do hard draw it, you can still get rid of it, use Teus or Megalo, or even shuffling it back with your 3 copies of Moray of Greed. So it's not even a brick really at all. And a lot of these things can be done with separate cards. Like you don't even need Deep Sea Aria. That could be an Infantry, a Teus, a Megalo, a Glacier, some other level 8 monster that free summons itself. A lot of cool things. And so I'm going to be going through both of these real quick. You really don't need Teus to do any of this, but it's just there to make it easier to give you an extra body on board. A lot of it's the same old combos with Bujinki Ahashima, except you throw in the Fusion Trishula, which banishes some stuff. And if you throw in Linkross as well, you can actually keep your Bahamut Shark on the field so you can use it next turn to get more resources. So I'm just going to leave these over here for now. So for this was 1 card combo with Diva. You're going to normal summon her and go through the whole thing with summoning Prince out. Prince will send Dragoons, 2 add Dragoons, and this copy of Dragoons will add Lapis Dragon. This is for the free body on board. If you had Infantry here, you could just normal summon this instead, search Glacier early. A Lapis will freely special summon him, and you're going to link both of these tuners off into Halka Fabrics. Hence why I said Infantry also works here, because Diva's already the tuner requirement. Halk will summon out your Fishborg Launcher, which is a water version of Glow Ball, but just locks you into waters. And we will link off Neptibus plus your launcher to go into Bujinki Ahashima. This is a bit of a tricky play, so it can be interrupted if you don't have 2 monsters of the same level. Bujinki Ahashima will special summon the level 4 Dragoons from our hand. We'll take the level 4 Dragoons in our graveyard and overlay them immediately into a rank monster. We will detach the Dragoons to search for, or not to search, but to special summon a Totally Awesome. And Dragoons, because it was detached, will search for the Glacier. We currently have 5 waters engraved, so we'll just summon this out right here. This particular combo, just starting with Diva, isn't protected by any hand traps whatsoever, but with Deep Sea Minstrel, starting with Dragoons or any other water monster in general, as long as you have a means to remove the extra non-water or extra water in your grave, it checks out. So from here, we could revive the Fishborg Launcher straight away, which I guess what we'll do. We have waters in the graveyard. We'll special summon this out and link off or synchro summon with the Glacier to go into Ravenous Crocosaur, which will get us a draw. Let's put this in our hand. I don't think it really matters what we draw at this point. And this gives us one of the level 9 requirements. From here, you could banish Hulk, Bahamut Shark, and Ahashima to go into the Fusion Trishula and overlay them. But if you do play Linkross to play more synchros and to have your own other plays, you can just link this off to go into your Linkross. And then Linkross will special summon a token. I don't think I have a token right here. Yeah, I'll supposed to summon a token here. Then you can banish this token, banish the Ahashima, banish the Linkross, make the Fusion Trishula, and then just overlay them right here for True King of all Calamities. And so by the end of this, it's seriously a 1 card combo. You do lose your battle phase, but you have 1 card in hand, a negate, plus something to stop all the monster effects. Your opponent does lose 2 cards in hand. You only have water monsters in your graveyard, so if you hard draw into your Fishborg Launcher, or if, let's say, you tribute this to negate something, you put Halka Fireworks back into your extra deck, you can special summon your other copies of Launcher or Blaster and go into your other powerful Link monsters, or even synchro monsters like Dragite or Trishula to help just really put the nail in the coffin. And let's go on to the protected version of this combo. So if, let's say, you do have Dragoons plus Minstrel or an additional Deep Sea Aria, Infantry, Diva, or Teus, or another free extender, this is what you're going to do. The only purpose of this card is to manipulate the water count in your graveyard, so you're able to summon Glacier. If you don't have the extra card, what you could do is instead play one copy of Danger Ogopogo. This is a sea serpent that's level 8, and it does give you a 1 in 3 chance of your opponent sniping it out of your hand. But if it does freely summon itself, you can still make your VFD without losing your battle phase. You just don't get the hand loop capabilities. So to start this playoff, we're going to use Minstrel discarding the Dragoons to look at the opponent's hand, take something out. I don't think that we really need the die to show anything, simply because they're going to get it back during the end phase anyways. We'll search for the Diva. We'll normal summon the Diva. Standard Prince, Cindergoons, add Dragoons, add Lapis, special summon, special summon the Lapis. Link both of these off for Hulk. Hulk summons the best water tuner in the game. That's not banned. We do have 5 waters engraved here, so we can't really do anything. So we'll link these off for Ashima to a link zone. So some of the Dragoons from my hand and from the graveyard and immediately overlay them. By the way, Pike in your hand can also satisfy this need. From here, we'll use Bahamut Shark's effect to start detaching the Dragoons to go into Toad. And use Dragoons' effect to search for... Now you can actually search for 2 things here. You can search for Molten Glacier, or you can search for a follow-up Diva, even Prince, or an Ogopogo, in case you want to make you rank 8. As well, if you do play that, I don't play that. So we'll search for Molten Glacier here. Then we'll use Deep Sea Aria to banish the Minstrel in our graveyard to search for the Diva for the follow-up play. With 6 waters engraved, we'll special summon the Launcher because we only control waters. And with 5 cards, we'll summon the Molten Glacier, taking 2 additional cards from the opponent's hand. We'll immediately send these to the graveyard. Of course, what you could also do is make Verde Anaconda and go into Dragoon, so you can have like a whole bunch of stuff. But it's definitely not you need. We'll summon Crocodragon. Crocodragon will draw a card. 2 cards in hand. You could, like I said, just link or banish all these off, but instead we'll go into the Linkross here and use that to summon a token, and we'll banish the token via Ashima and the Linkross to go into a fusion and overlay both fusions for calamities. And it's essentially the same thing, except this one provided the extra card. It does give you a follow-up play next turn. The purpose of Linkross could definitely be used for other things, like going into a Rodon, but that actually eliminates a lot of spots in your extra deck. Whereas if you just play Linkross, you could literally put this back in your extra deck because you already have the follow-up play next turn. And if you did have Linkross and you just wanted to link that off for whatever reason, you could literally use this, summon the Linkross tokens, also have Fishborg Blaster or Fishborg Launcher and use a token plus this plus a Teus or Megalo to go into Trishula super easy, or Crocodragon with 2 draws. That's all I have to show for it today. I just didn't really want to forget it and just not upload it. It's nothing game breaking. It's definitely less consistent than those Hulk Turbo builds, but those builds don't run Mermels. Really, they just run the Swap Frogs, the Atlantean engines, and everything else. And with this particular build, you do have the ability to run Warrior of Greeds, so definitely eliminates that aspect. You can still play power cards to help break your opponent's board. Forbidden Droplets is a great card. And shoutouts to Imperium Duelist for hooking me up with a playmat and these really beautiful pro sleeves. They look really great, they feel really nice, and the color scheme really seems to complement the high rarity decks. Offers really good shine to it.